Welcome, ladies. We are so excited that you are with us today. Can I tell you that we may cry, we may laugh, because this has been the most incredible season ever.
Yes.
This is our last season, our season finale, actually. And not our last season, sorry.
We got canceled.
Season finale.
Yes.
And we cannot be more happy to have you here doing life with us.
Yes.
And so, ladies, can I ask you to do something? For the next 30 seconds, can you start tagging your mom, your comadre, your best friend, your sister, your mother-in-law, anybody and everybody you can think of, so that they can be part of tonight's incredible surprises that we have going on. Also, ladies, I am more excited because we are together.
Yes.
It is so nice to come together and have 4 screens and do life that way.
Yes.
But can I tell you that there's nothing like all of us being together and just learning from each other and just crying together and pouring into each other and just encouraging one another. And you know what? I am enjoying, this is my first time in Colorado.
Right.
We are in Vail, Colorado.
Woo!
And
what you know about Vail Virtual Host?
That's
If
right.
y'all been to Vail, we need y'all to let us know.
And can I tell you that it's been an incredible experience, and to experience it with 3 incredible women that means so much to me has just been so fun and so nice. So for me, the scenery has been breathtaking. We have tried to capture everything through video, and sometimes we just want to be in the moment. But girls, can you share with us a little bit of how you feel? What have you enjoyed about the trip?
This is also my first time in Colorado.
Wow.
So
Hold on. Before Ness gets into her story, can we tell you that us 3 were super excited? We drove in from Texas, all of us, and we're in a little while, we're going to tell you how we drove in from Texas. But anyway, we went to the airport to pick up Ness, and we were so excited.
Yes, true.
That we almost said hi to the wrong Ness.
3 times.
3 times. We ran up to someone, almost like squeezed her neck, and we're like, that's not her, that's not her. So by the time Ness really came out, we're like, oh, hi.
No, but yes, you guys all know I'm all the way from California. These 3 ladies are in the country of Texas, spread all over the place. Yes, Texas is its own country.
Y'all already know.
So hopping on a plane, thanks to these ladies who made that possible for me to be here. Such a gift. I would have been just as happy to Zoom in with you, but the fact that they want to be here with them in person,
absolutely,
is such a change and just a sweet, restful break away from the norm. So I'm happy to be here.
Yes, absolutely. You know, you may ask, do you guys really get along? I mean, do you guys have, we all have different personalities. As you can tell. I've got the halo on my head. And we all have different personalities.
Don't mind that comment. Now, if y'all know that she don't got a halo on her head, I need y'all to put some emojis out and be like, no, Maudie, no, okay?
But can we tell you that we are blessed every time, the 2 times that we have been around each other it's like we've known each other for a long time, and we feel comfortable just sharing, very personal things about our lives. And so it's so nice. Coco, have you enjoyed yourself?
Now, don't mind Coco. She's looking at another screen. She's got to still produce.
Okay.
Absolutely.
She's still got to produce while we doing this thing.
So with this trip, I think the 3 of it, Maudie, Lex, and myself have all really known each other, and we just met Ness 2 years ago virtually, and we met each other in June, but it was also a quick trip, and so and this trip was seriously planned like on the spur of a moment. It was like Maudie was like, hey,
where the 7s on the Enneagram, huh? Where are the 7s at?
She's like, let's take a trip, and 3 days later, here we are. Don't know how that happened, but it's been so much fun to just kind of, like Maudie said, learn our personalities, and how well we really connect virtually and in person.
That's a blessing,
and
that's a whole blessing.
And just being able to create like the sisterhood virtually. Like we're in the room earlier today, and we're opening up about just life.
I come out of the restroom, you know what I'm saying? Because your girl, truth or not truth, right?
I
Like
mean,
everything we share with y'all is real, okay? I literally wait till the last minute to get ready because I don't like to wait for nobody. All right.
oh.
And I come out of the bathroom and like there's weeping, there's like holy oil out, there's like
Not me. I cry on the
mantos.
inside like
Yeah.
a woman.
And I was like, yo, what's going on? The conversation got heavy up in here. But that's like the beauty of
Honesty,
yeah.
vulnerability, transparency, which is refreshing and is what we desire for all of you.
absolutely.
To have
Yeah.
authentic community wherever you are, and to know that it could be right in front of your nose. It could be right
yeah.
next to you.
Yeah.
And to celebrate when others have found community.
Yes.
To celebrate when others have found belonging. And we
Yes.
pray that for you. So
Yeah, and you know what? One of the things, girls, that I love is that we have a community here on Ladies' Night.
Yes.
And
do.
we see how you girls have interact with each other,
Yes.
spoken to each other, and it's just so beautiful. Now we have so many hosts right now that are behind the scene. We see you behind the scene, and we love you. Now, if you are trying to get on and you can't, that's
we
because
see
the
you.
queue is full right
Yes.
now. But keep trying,
Yes.
okay? Keep trying. We see you.
Remember back in the day when you would call the radio station and you'd be like, "Yo, DJ, I just want to send a
Hey,
shout
DJ,
out."
keep playing my
Or
song.
you'd get the busy tone, so you'd hang up.
Right,
call
and
again,
you gotta
call
call
again.
They don't know about that. If
Yeah.
you know, do they have like a radio emoji? If you know about that, like, are you like in a
94.1,
Oh,
okay?
KBR.
Delilah, do y'all know about Delilah? Does anybody here know? Have you ever made a request? No. Okay,
No.
I'm the only
Okay.
one. All right, but we see you. We love you. We see you all over. And if it's telling us that it's full, don't you worry. You're gonna get on too. Listen, we're gonna be here for a little
We're
while.
gonna hang
We
out,
have so
girls.
much to talk about, and I don't know.
Yes. So ladies, stay tuned. We have a lot of giveaways, more than
Yes,
usual.
more than usual.
And we have some really special videos that are going to be coming on throughout the show. So you're going to want to stay the entire time, and you're going to want to tag your friends because you are going to want them to be part of what's going to be happening tonight. So go ahead, keep tagging as we move on to
Yes.
to what's next.
Now I'm just gonna shout out Pastor Joy.
Hey,
you
Joy.
need to come on. We want you to be on the screen. You've been a part of Ladies' Night. If y'all don't know, Pastor Joy has been the person that has kind of stepped in when one of us has not been there.
Yes.
So Pastor Joy, once
See
that
Joy.
queue
Hi,
is
Brenda,
empty, you come
Laura.
on in. Come
Yeah.
on in. Yes, we see them all.
Oh,
And our
Yes.
executive producer is on, y'all. Y'all may be like, who's that? It's the bishop.
That's right. We see you.
I see you.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go.
What are we doing?
We're giveaways. Come
Oh!
on. Come
Sorry,
on.
we're live.
All right, it's time for a giveaway.
Woo!
And so this last finale, each of us have picked one thing to give away.
Yes.
So the first winner is actually going to be a giveaway from Maudi, and
Okay.
From, yes.
Yes.
from Maudi.
Okay.
Sure.
From Maudi's giveaway, and it is a Bath and Body Works
Okay.
set.
The therapy, the relaxing
Oh,
kind
wait.
of
What
stuff.
is that aromatherapy
It's
that Body
the-
Works does?
It calms you down. It
I like that
soothes,
eucalyptus
yes. Oh yes,
spearmint.
that's
That's
actually
right.
the one that we're
Yes.
gonna be giving away. So
Okay. Yes.
Eucalyptus.
All right, Maudi and her Bath and Body. She's a Bath and Body Works queen, by the way.
So I'm giving this away to somebody who has really throughout this whole trip that we've been on, she's been very active on just responding.
Come on.
Feels like she's on the trip with us. Honestly.
Oh, hold on. If you have not watched our stories, it's because we're not putting them on our personal stuff. You gotta be on our Instagram at This Is My Time Ministries. So who is this winner? Do tell.
So Laura Mendez, congratulations.
All right,
congratulations.
Send us a DM on Facebook or Instagram with your mailing address so Maudi can send you this gift.
Yes.
Congratulations.
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 Yes, we love it. All right.
Okay. If you are new here, we just want to say a big welcome to you. Every week we do a segment called Chick Chat.
Yes.
And this is a weekly thing that we do where we have a conversation and dialogue. Tonight we are inviting you to be a part of our conversation. So if you have already texted in that you want to join us, we want to see your beautiful face.
Yes.
Tonight's conversation is about deep gratitude, girls.
Ooh.
That anchoring thankfulness, that overwhelming peace that you get when you just simply pause and you think about how good God has been to you. And this has kind of been the anthem of my year. I just want to be very vulnerable and share that this year for me has been just as difficult as it has been beautiful. And just I can't even explain. But what underneath all of it has been this anchoring gratitude that I just cannot explain. Sometimes I share with people that I'm like, things are not perfect, things are not great, but beneath it all, I feel this peace. I feel this thankfulness to God. I just feel so in awe of who He is. And so we want to hear from you tonight, but not just in the comment section. So yes, drop in the comments. Let us know what you're thankful for. If you understand that deep gratitude that I'm referring to.
Yeah.
But we want you to hop on the screen with us tonight, okay? We want to see your faces. We want to hear you testify.
Oh,
okay?
They're ready. They're ready.
Think about that old school testimonio.
Okay. We're taking the testimonial.
We're taking the testimonial. But let me tell you, it's testimonial. It's not a sermon. It's not a song. It's a testimonial.
Hold on. I mean, we could take it there.
Okay. Take out the keyboard then.
I remember when the 2-hour service turned into a 3-hour service.
Come on. And listen, when I think about Jesus,
if we were honest, there's 4 hours, 5 hours is not enough to tell about the goodness of God. Am I right?
That's right.
It's not enough. So think old school church vibes when every single person and their grandmama had to get up on the mic and just simply thank God. So that's you. That's you tonight. We want you to join us. Text on our hotline, 806-410-0706. It'll be on the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
Text us the word grateful and join us live. We're going to see your face. We're going to bring in a couple of girls right now. So don't be shy. We are celebrating the goodness of God tonight. Don't hesitate. We're going to try to get as many women as we
can
Hope tonight.
We still have testimonials at our church. Come on,
so Let's go. Where's our first host, our first guest?
Oh, are we ready?
Yes.
Here's our first virtual host, and we're having her onto the screen. It's Brenda Rivera.
Hi, guys. Your girls are looking good.
Where are you calling us from, Brenda?
Okay. I can hardly hear you. I don't know what's going on. It's on my cell phone.
Okay. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Brenda, okay, you can hear us. Excellent. So Brenda, you have a testimony and you sent us some pictures. Tell us quickly about your testimony, girl.
Oh God. Are you girls ready for this?
Tell us.
Yes, girl.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's going to be how God has healed me.
Woo! Come on, healing.
He's still in the miracle business.
Yes.
Come on.
Do you want me to still introduce myself and do all those questions first?
No, you just go ahead and say it. We got your slides and we'll put them up as we feel. You just go ahead.
Okay. So listen to this. When I was 12 years old, I had this dream. And I had a dream. I was at a restaurant with a doctor and he was telling me I was going to be diabetic. Well, I woke up and I was like, what's going on? So, but then I had a dream when I was 9 years old, sometime in my 20s, which is now, that I was going to be thin. I was always kind of like in the bigger side. So, this is the time I've been losing a lot of weight. I went to my heaviest and that's how I got the type 2 diabetes. But then I started losing weight. Get this.
On.
Yes. That was one of the things that he was telling me, that he was with me. So get this. I got to tell you what happened. I used to be at a A1C 13. That's really high. Really high. And I went in. Well, I got to tell you the first part before because you're going to get excited. So I was praying, and a vision came onto my mind, and there was a big, beautiful gold clock, and it had different colors around it. And I heard somebody say, "It is time." And I was like, time for what? So the next day, my doctor was giving me a hard time. She's like, you haven't really been taking your medications. And I was like, okay, I'll try. So they checked my A1C. Sure enough, within a month or less, 5.5.
Wow.
Nothing. So I strongly believe that God is not going to bring it back.
Yes.
Because today I had another vision of a waterfall. So I don't know what that means, but something.
Wow.
But yes, I'm still continuing to do healthy habits.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
So Brenda, can you just explain this image to me?
Okay, so that was the image I saw after I got out of the clinic. And every time I see the sun, that's how I feel that God's with me.
Yes.
Come on, Brenda.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
and so then with the other one, I didn't notice it right away. With the other image I sent you with the sun. That one, if you look up, it looks like a man that's smiling. And I think that's God. I don't know if you could tell. There's like the eyes and the mouth.
I can't see it, but that if you could see that, then that's for you.
You have to zoom it in. It's not gonna be from far away.
Okay. All right.
But anyways, I just felt so good. It was like I was on my way to Wenatchee and with my fiance, and we were both laughing and like having like fun, you know. And I took a picture, like something's like take a picture. I was like, okay. Yeah. So I took it and I saw that. And then I was at my grandma's house and she's like, well, I see a baby there. And I was been praying for a baby.
Wow.
And then she said she saw a boy. And I was like, well, I've been praying for a boy. Okay. I want to have a baby boy for my first son. Right. So I was like, who knows? You know, God is going to surprise me. And I have faith that he will make it happen when it's time that's correct.
Absolutely. And in the right time. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brenda.
You're welcome.
We're praying and cheering you on.
Yes, congratulations. Give God the glory. That is awesome. Give it up for Brenda, y'all.
Okay. Yes.
All right, we're gonna bring on our next guest. Who do we got here?
Oh, let's bring on. We got Layla.
Hi, Layla.
What's up, girls? How are you all?
Our West Coast sister in the house.
Okay.
Right.
But check it. I'm in Colorado. I messaged Maudie yesterday, and I am like at 2.5 hours from you all on vacation.
What? All right.
That is so crazy.
Is it Layla?
Layla.
Will you just do us a favor and testify? Tell us how good God is.
Girl, you know God is good all the time. All the time.
God is good.
God is good. Okay. Yes. So I guess I can just share really quick something because God has been doing a lot in 2021. There was a point, I think this year, where I felt hopeless. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I just couldn't feel the hope of God. And I know and I trust and I believe and I kept having faith, but it just kind of took a turn of events where I would just kept getting into the word. I kept getting into the word and I just kept speaking that, and whatever God would say, I would believe it by faith and pray about it, sing about it. And before you know it, it started turning into this deeper faith that God's going to move. And I've been asking God because me and my husband have been trying to buy a house for the last few years. And it just felt like I was at a dead end. And all of a sudden, I couldn't sleep one night and I'm staring at the ceiling. And all of a sudden, it's just a quiet time. I hear the Lord say, I have a house for you. And it's time. And so that's all I needed to hear because I've been waiting and I didn't want to move without believing by faith that God was orchestrating it. I didn't want to be outside of his will. And so I waited until I heard that. Yes,
Talk about the way.
The hallway is the hardest part, let me tell you. But I'm trying to praise him in the hallway. But Yes.
Ooh,
So
put
turn
it
of
in the
events,
hallway.
we are gonna, when I get back from vacation, we're gonna reach out to the lender and try and get that house. So
Yes.
Amen.
look at God.
All right. Well, we are
Stay
praying for the
tuned.
house.
Yes.
tuned.
Stay
Yes,
tuned.
let us
Stay tuned.
know.
We want to hear all about it.
Absolutely. And we want to get a
Yes.
picture of that house, and we want to be invited to the house because we want
Yes.
to go
You
to
come
dinner.
through.
Is that too much?
You know it. Howdy, you know it. You know it.
All right. Well, thank you,
Cook you
Lena.
something good.
Thank you so much.
All right, who do we got next? Listen, we still got time. We're going to
Yup.
try to pull as many. If you hop on, it might be best to have earphones if it's possible. But we got someone coming up here next.
Yes, we do.
And listen, keep it short. We want to hear so many more stories because the more stories that we get to hear tonight, the more we'll all leave encouraged.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we are
That's
just
right.
so excited. Thank you for being so brave and joining us.
Yeah.
We have a whole lineup of women.
Absolutely.
All right, who do we got?
And it's open now. So try to come on in.
Yeah, come on in. There's
Come on
spots.
in.
There's
Come
room
on in.
Yeah.
There's room right
Let's
there.
go.
All right, let's have our next person is none other than from Washington. We have Mai Jovel. Come on in, girl. Hey!
That's my sister right there.
Oh, yes. Now you've been on the show for years. How are
Yes,
you
and
feeling
day one.
to be on the screen tonight?
I'm like this.
That's how we are every time, girl. Every single time.
I was like, oh my God, this is
But
happening.
look at that background, though. But look at you staging yourself just.
Mai, you are a regular on our show, and we love and appreciate your support and your
Yes.
constant love in the comment section. That means so much to us. Joining us offline on Instagram and our stories.
Yes.
We feel like we have a sense of community with you, and for many of more that we haven't got to see yet. So testify, Mai. Tell us how good God has been to you.
Oh my God, there's so many things, but just on the topic of gratefulness, I guess this didn't happen this year, but it kind of ties in. So last year with COVID, my husband was laid off for 7 months.
Yes.
We had just moved into a bigger place, and we're like, great. Couldn't come at a better time, right? And during that whole 7 months, we were receiving boxes of food from I don't know where. They were just showing up at our doorstep.
Wow. Wow.
Resources after resources after resources. We never lacked a single thing, not one single thing.
Yes.
Come Christmas, you're always like, oh, what am I gonna do for my kids?
Yes.
Obviously, it's not about the gifts, but our church came through, showed up, and we haven't had our tree filled that way as last year. So this year, as a Thanksgiving for that, we were able to give the biggest tithe that we have ever been able to give back to the church because of that. So
it's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not about numbers and none of that, but it was something that we know we've always wanted to do. And this year we were able to do it, and God knew what he was doing since last year to now. So God provides. God always provides.
And
That's
gratitude begets generosity, does it not? We become overflowing. We'll talk a little bit more about this later, but we can't help but have it pour out of us.
That's right.
And so I'm so encouraged to hear the way that the gratitude of others produce generosity in your life and in your family's life. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Love you, Mai. Love you.
Love you guys.
Sisters
yes,
tonight.
We love you.
Who do we got next? There's so many stories.
Oh my gosh,
bring them on in.
So good.
Come on
so
in,
good.
Text, join us. We're gonna send you the link right away. We can't wait to see you.
Yes,
to hear from you.
The spots are open. Joy, come on in. Right now we have Janie Zavala coming onto the screen, y'all. We're so excited to have you join Ladies Night. Yes, Janie.
Hi, Janie.
I was here relaxing, and that's it, and waiting for y'all.
Oh, well, thank you for waiting.
Tell us real quick, how good has God been to you?
Oh, he's been real good. And I'm happy to meet y'all. And I pray that in next year when y'all come to San Antonio, there's a friend that we pray that we get to meet y'all.
Yes.
You know,
All right.
and go to that event because I've been following Claudia Morales and
Yes.
and then hermana pastora, Dios le bendiga, hermana,
Amen.
and I've been, following you too and all. And Mauri, Miss Mauri, I thought you were from New York. I didn't know that you were from Texas. But I'm glad.
I hear you,
but-
Lord. I hear you.
Come on, New
Yes.
York. Yes. Well,
I
we
really
can't
did.
wait to see you.
Jamie,
Absolutely.
we want to hear about your gratitude to the Lord. Tell us one thing that He has done for you that you just can't wait for the world to hear about.
Well, when I went to Mexico, I had an accident. I had fractured my ankle, and Dios me ha sanado.
God
Amen.
healed her. All right.
Yeah, because I've been able to be able to walk a little bit better, which
Yes.
other people have been, have had this, stuff, they've had fractured ankles and all this stuff, and they, they haven't been like doing too good. But gracias a Dios que Dios ha sido bueno y mi
That's
iglesia,
right.
y porque nunca me ha dado Dios ni mi iglesia tampoco.
That's
All right. Well, that's
right.
awesome.
Yes.
That's
But
awesome.
But I sí quiero conocerlas un día de veras y que Dios las guarde y las cuide y pues que Dios las bendiga y que las use.
Amen. Thank you so much. We will see you May 21st in San Antonio. Come on. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for watching. We love you, Janie. All right.
Who's next? We got your numbers in here, girls. Let's go. Who do we got? Elda.
Elida. Hey, Elida Pacheco.
Hi, ladies. I'm from originally born and raised in Lubbock, but I live here in Midland, Texas, with my husband.
Texas is in the house. Okay, Texas.
Another person from the country of Texas.
right.
Thank you for joining us. We know what bravery it takes to get on here live, but you are blessing our life just by joining us, showing us your smiling face. Thank you for your support. Tell
Thank
us, how good has God been to you?
Yeah, when y'all were talking about gratefulness, I was like, oh, God has been too good for me not to be able to take this opportunity to share what He's done. So I believe it was last year. I was working for a business for probably going on 5 years. When COVID hit, they were having to make cuts, and I was one of them. And so I was brought into the office of my boss, and my office manager was there, and she was crying, and I felt such peace in just in the midst of that. And I told my boss and my other coworkers, I was like, it's okay, guys. God has my next place of work or wherever He's gonna take me. I'm okay. Like, don't cry, don't be sad. I mean, this is all for a purpose. And so they were real surprised at my response. They didn't understand.
Wow.
But it took about a month of just in the waiting, like y'all were talking about earlier, in the waiting, just prayer, spending time with the Lord, having that one-on-one with Him. In that month that I was without a job, I just got just a lot of time with the Lord, and I was applying and just kind of sending off my resume, and I came across this school that was hiring for teachers. I had never taught before, but I love kids. And me and my husband have been married for almost 12 years. Next year will be 12 years. We don't have any children. We've had some infertility issues, but God has been so good. Like, we know that in His timing, we're going to have our children, whether it's through us or through adoption or fostering. That's our heart. And I get a call after I send off my resume to this school, really not paying attention what I'm sending off to, but I just saw that it was a school. I get a call that week, and they're the first ones to call me, and they have an interview. Everything works out. I had a dream that the Lord had given me probably before then, and I was still working at my old job. And I tell my coworker, I had a dream that I went to work for another job, and I was getting paid way much more than what I'm getting paid now. And my coworker's like, maybe that's going to happen. I said, I don't know. And usually the Lord does speak to me through dreams. And so when I get to the point where this job hires me, this school, I see how much I'm going to get paid. And I'm like, that's exactly what I dreamt.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
that amount. But not only that, check this out, ladies. So I did my 1 year of being a teacher's assistant.
Yeah.
In the summer, I get asked by the principal, hey, we need some help with summer school. Are you willing to help? I helped. At the end of summer school, she offers me a job in the office. It's more, even more than what I was getting paid for as an assistant. Like, I'm just like, in the little bit of time. And not only that, ladies, we have been praying for a house because, you know, we have been working really hard on our credit. We've been just kind of like paying, you know, faithfully our tithes, giving our offering, just sowing seeds.
Say the process. Say the process now. You don't just get a house that willy-nilly. Okay.
No, we were sowing seeds by faith. Like, Lord, you know, our heart, you know, our heart is to have our home, and our home is going to be open to anyone that needs, you know, whether it's foster children, whether it's family members, whether it's friends that, you know, like us. Like, we think back on the process of last couple years ago, we were sleeping on a mattress in an hermana's house.
Testify now. I'm hearing you, girl. Testify.
They had a garage that they turned into a room with a window unit. And we were pastoring at the time. And like, it was a process, like talk about process to get to the place where we're at now. Like, it was a process. And looking back on it now, it was nothing but God's hand on where we have gone through. And before he brought us here, he had given me a vision. He said, I'm taking y'all to your promised land. And no doubt that God is taking us from just the bottom and to bring us through, you know, to where we're at now. We're just nothing but grateful every day where we find somehow to be grateful. So that's my testimony.
Between the needs that you still have, the prayers that you still have before the Lord, but the intense and the real gratitude that you still carry, as if your story is not complete yet, but it's still in a process. And I think when you say the process that it took to get us here, here is not a destination, it's not a home, it's a posture of the heart. But the posture of the heart can change while you're still in that shed turned house, whatever. Like that is your promised land, because it's not in the physical, right? It's the way there's the way that
we're not at night camp.
Posture ourselves before the Lord. And I see that gratitude that has transformed you. It may not have transformed your complete circumstances, you're still waiting, but it transforms the person that you are, that you are, and what it exudes from you.
But I think one of the things, in short, for me, that is like your testimony's hitting me is, can you be grateful in the process?
Yes.
Can you have a grateful heart, your posture? Yes. Can you be grateful even still? Yes. In spite of, I'm still grateful. Can somebody say, in spite of, I'm still grateful. He didn't do it yet, but I'm still grateful. And if he does nothing else, if he does nothing else, I'm still grateful.
Right. Right. Thank you for joining us. We're going to move on to our next story.
Thank you. That was amazing.
So much more to share. Who do we got up next? Let's go. Okay, this has the most beautiful name so far.
Oh, no! Give me a break. I hardly ever use this one right here.
I'm just saying, Vanessa. Oh, I love saying that.
Wait. Before you even go further, she has been top 3 virtual hosts. Wow. He's like, Ness, you've been with us since season 1. Can you tell us a little bit about? Get yourself up. Yes, hold on a second. Cheers. Almost handling the 1 and 2. She can't cheers with us. But yes, and while she did that, let me just tell you, girls, if you want to get your ladies' night combo, we still got it. All right, $35. That includes shipping. You get a mug, a pen, and the Stepping Into My Purpose shirt. All right, but let's get back to now. You have a podcast. Can you tell us quickly? Plug your podcast, girl. Plug it.
Absolutely. So, Imperfect Woman, you know what? Ladies Night definitely has an influence behind it, to be honest with you, because you guys actually talked about fear, which is something that I was going through. So, Imperfect Woman can be found on Spotify, on Google, on Apple. And this is honestly, it was one of those saying yes to God, to just really jump on out of faith and to get that started. But I am so grateful with God for so much that I might cry, okay?
It's okay. I'll cry with you.
First, I have to say, I'm totally like fangirling here because like Ness is on there and Maudy's on there. And I'm like,
stop!
I'm fangirling, okay?
She's like everybody's favorite. Stop it.
Right.
Stop it.
You see Pastor shouting you out too.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
Executive producer. He's a fan.
I can't. So she actually wants to meet you in person.
I'm in Colorado. When can you get here?
It's my favorite state, so I'll be there soon.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, Vanessa, we need to hear, how good has God been to you? Testify, sis. Testify.
Absolutely. So, I was actually thinking about this more. And then the more I kept thinking about it as I was backstage, I think I started getting emotional and teary just because I'm about to sound so cliche and I'm about to sound so churchy. But I have to say that I am beyond thankful for God's mercy, for his grace over me. Yeah. Just because if you have the story that I have, as far as partying, as far as drinking, as far as, waking up next to the person that God hasn't called you to wake up next to, and then finally coming to God and saying, okay, God, like this void is not going away. I can't find it at the bottom of the bottle. Like, I don't know where else to find it, So, okay, like when God snatched me out of, when God snatched me out of suicide attempts almost.
Wow.
Like, do you know that's the moment? And I'm finally saying, okay, God, like, now what?
Yes.
And that's the moment God showed me grace and love.
My God.
Wow.
So now, and here's what I mean by this. Out of nowhere, it was a burst of blessings. Blessings. I have a husband now. I have a baby girl now.
Yes, you do.
My career is just like the podcast.
Yeah.
And this is all God. So every time that I go and I kiss, her chubby cheeks, and I tell her, man, what did I do to deserve you? When my husband, I see him cooking dinner and he's prepping my lunch for the next day. I say, man, what did I do to deserve you?
Yes, wow. So good.
And my answer is always nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
Come on.
I didn't. And that goes back to his mercy, his grace, and his love. And I am so thankful that I have a loving Father.
Yes.
That is that loving Father to show me that love and grace, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Speaking to you ladies and being able to invest and speak life to other women as well through the podcast. So,
can I tell you, I'm a proud person right now. I want to cry because you don't know her journey the way some of us know her journey. And I am so proud of you. And I want everybody to know that I am so, so, so proud of you.
Yes.
So
good.
I'm grateful for you, for your testimony, for your life. It's amazing.
I love to hear the way that the Father delights over us. The way it could have been just as well, Vanessa, to pull you from the grip of suicidal thinking and death, right? And to pull you out of the death of the grip of death, right? That would have been the mercy, the grace, the goodness of God. But instead, he shows off by giving you the total package.
Yeah.
By allowing that gratitude to produce fruit in your life, to set you in a place of security with a loving family. Sometimes hearing all these stories time, I mean, every single one of these ladies who've joined us, it just reminds me of those moments that I spent with God and where I just want to pinch myself. Sometimes I look at my kids and I just want to pinch myself like, how did this happen?
Yeah,
absolutely.
There was a day that I dreamed about this and it was so inconceivable. It was like, yeah, that is such a great idea.
Yeah.
A really great idea, but that will never happen to me.
Ooh, say
I don't
that.
come from a happy family, so how then therefore can I have a happy family?
Sure.
And yes, I just echo your overwhelm.
Yeah.
How good he is, but he shows off. He goes above and beyond, just pulling us out of the pits. He showers us with his delight and his goodness.
Absolutely.
He's over us, like the Bible says in Zephaniah. He delights in us. So I'm just so encouraged by your story.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And go ahead.
No, this is my cousin, everybody.
Oh!
And I can't say much because I know I'm going to cry. And but I'm proud of you and I love you. And I know that the best is still to come.
Amen.
Still to come. I love you. And don't forget to watch her podcast. Listen to her podcast.
That's a perfect woman. And guess what? I'm going to say this right here, right now. Ness, get ready, or Vane, because we got to differentiate between the two. Ness, Vane, get ready, because season 5 coming up in 2022, you are going to be one of our guest hosts. Yes. Because you have a story.
Drop the link to your podcast in the comment section.
Do that.
So that
Do that
other
right now.
ladies can hear about it. So Vanessa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Enjoy your time in Colorado.
Happy
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you.
We're
Happy
gonna
Thanksgiving. Yes.
Get our next sister on the line
Woo!
here if you're watching. Hey, girls.
Woo!
Hey, 2 for
we
1.
got
2 for 1.
a watch party going on.
Hello.
Do y'all remember? It's Lori.
Hi,
It's
Lori.
Hi, Lori.
How do you got with you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Introduce your sister there.
Yeah, I don't want to do this by myself because she's the one that has been with me since day one when I started the ministry called Empower for Women.
Yeah.
And she's never left my side. And she's
Come on.
tonight. So I said, I can't just put me on the screen there.
Oh, love it.
We love it.
Yes, ladies, will you tell all the women who are watching tonight about the goodness of God in your life?
Lord. I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh,
Tell us about the goodness of God in your life.
Oh gosh, I have so much to tell. But one of them that I do have to share is COVID 2020. So those of you that know us, my husband and I travel. Our ministry is called Throne Studio.
All right.
Travel all over the nation. Prophetic art is what my husband does. And we are based on a love offering.
yeah.
We have a set honorarium wherever we go, as far as we travel, and we've been far. So we never know what to expect. But because we trust God, it doesn't matter where he takes us. We always know that we're not going to come back empty-handed.
That's right.
So 2020, we had a gallery. We had to close our gallery because we weren't using it. We did not travel for 5 months. But I tell you that in those 5 months, I'm going to get choked up like my friend Vanessa here, but in those 5 months, God showed up every month.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
man. So when you stop traveling and you're based on a love offering,
Come on.
and you stop traveling, you know there's nothing coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
because my husband's a farmer and I love him so much and I trust him with our finances, I have nothing to do with our finances. He takes care of all of them. So because I trust him in his tithing and his giving and beyond giving, I did not worry during COVID. I recall one of the days that he said, babe, go check the post office. And I'm okay. He said, there's a check in our P.O. box. I said, okay.
Yeah.
I drive over there. We didn't know we were expecting this, but I know that God spoke to my husband and told him, I'm taking care of you. There's something in your P.O. box. I drive to the box, get over there at the post office. There was an envelope from a church out of Plainview. I get in the car, I open it up, and it was 3,000,
Wow.
3,200 if I'm right. And
Wow.
I wept. I literally wept in my van.
Yes.
And it, on the memo on the bottom, it said love offering.
Wow.
Another time, it's 11, it was going to be midnight, 11 something at night. And his phone goes off like when you get money from Cash App.
Oh, we all know that sound and we love it.
That sound.
Okay, so who's sending you money at almost midnight?
Come on.
So those of y'all that know, also my husband does custom jean jackets. So it's for pastors. We never, for pastors, it's always to sow seed. That's all we ask for. If you want to sow seed, if not, it's a love, from us. We're not going to put a price on it. So there were some pastors, he had painted 2 jackets, husband and wife out of California.
Mm-hmm.
At 11 something that night, his phone goes off.
Yeah.
And our rent was going to be due the next day.
Wow.
We didn't have the full amount, but we knew God was going to take care of it.
Yes.
$900 came in that night.
Wow. Wow.
And pay is $850.
Yes.
Wow.
So God never left us during this pandemic.
Right.
God showed up every month. Not only did he show up, we ended up really making more than we did the other years.
Wow.
Money coming in with jackets, painting, portraits. Even then, my husband got to paint like at 8 different funerals.
Wow.
God's been good. God, I have so much to be grateful for God. Just like Vanessa shared her story, I've got a huge story of mine. To keep a secret for 30 years, 29, 30 years, kept a secret from the age of 18 till, I was 50 years old.
My God.
Because of fear, because of not knowing what to expect. And now more than never, I am living my life to the fullest. Never been so free to be able to help women and just to know that, know that it doesn't matter what you've done, where you've been. Just like Vanessa shared, it doesn't matter who you woke up to the next morning. God keeps no record of wrong. If he can use that, and he can use this Valley girl for all his glory, I am allow him to use me now more than ever.
Oh, man. Well, we love you so much. We are so grateful for your ministry. Guys, check out Throne Studio. You don't want to miss it. ThroneStudio.com. It's incredible. Like she said, it's a prophetic ministry. We love you so, so, so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we will be seeing you soon and very soon.
Real quick, next time Angela and I want to travel with y'all.
Yes. And we will take you up on that because Lori can drive 15 hours straight.
All right.
Come on, somebody.
Listen, as we get the next guest up, I just want to say, let's never get tired or never lose our awe and wonder of the goodness of God. As simple or as extravagant as his mercy is on us, we should never lose that awe. We should always constantly just be in awe of the things that he does, the faithfulness, the things that he thinks through. Who do we got next?
We got the East Coast in the house.
How are you? Can you guys hear me?
East Coast. Look at that hair, though.
Hi, how are you guys?
I'm so good. I love Ruthie because she joins me offline on my Instagram stories. She is like the biggest hype woman.
Yeah,
the
no,
biggest
I
encourager.
love Ruthie.
Okay,
I love Ruthie.
Thank you.
I love me some Coco. Yes.
And
then
a supporter to our show and to all of us. You are a blessing. Having you join us live is also a gift. Ruthie, will you just testify about the goodness of God?
Yes.
In your life?
Come testify, my daughter. Testify.
Let me tell you. 2020 was very rough, and I'm talking about ministry wise. Because Alexa knows a little bit, but to say the least, I'll say that when I probably thought that I was done with ministry because of the process, because I didn't think God would take us through this path, being associate pastor somewhere, and thinking that God maybe had forgotten about us or was not with us. It was rough. But you know what? When God's in it, his timing is perfect. And I'll finish to say that, you know what? March 2021, we were able to plant our church, which the Anchor Church, which I am grateful.
Wow. In the middle of a pandemic.
In the middle of a pandemic, okay.
In the beginning of the pandemic.
Yes. So we, you know, God took us through a storm, through you name it, he took us. He tested us, and he has been beyond amazing. We've been now 9 months, was just yesterday. And
that's a whole baby, right?
That's a whole baby.
That's a whole baby.
You know, Alexa, that's a sermon that Jonathan had mentioned to us, that you know what, these 9 months have been God showing up, showing off. And we were able to bless 160 people that came yesterday with boxes of food, jackets.
Come on, Anchor Church in New York, Long Island.
So you know what? Just when you think that, you know, sometimes you feel like God's not there and he's not listening, or you feel like he's not answering your prayers and you're crying and you think, man, he left us. But you know what? When you're on the path and you maintain yourself and you go through that rough patch, just know that at that end, God has something greater, something better, something that, you know, you only can see with your own eyes. And I say that, you know, we are blessed. And I never wanted to be a pastor's wife, but this is where God has us. And I am beyond excited. So pray, keep the Anchor Church in your prayers.
Yes.
And I know God has even greater things.
Shout out to your Anchor Church. Can you tell someone that is looking for a home church?
Yes.
Is not serving somewhere. Can you let them know where you're located?
Yes. If you're looking for your church, that's not your ordinary church, okay? Because we're not that. We take you as you come, you know, and we're here to just feed you with, you know, his scripture, his word. And you know what? Broken, however you come through, we're going to accept you with open arms.
Come on, Anchor Church.
You're gonna feel the love. You're gonna feel like you're part of the family immediately the moment you walk through the doors.
Yes.
If you don't have a home and you're in Long Island and you want to make, you know, a place, we're at East Islip, 265 Main Street in East Islip. So join us there every Sunday at 9:30.
9:30. Let's go. And I see Sonia Santiago
who's
on there. She says she's got a lot to testify. Sonia, come on board. We want to see your beautiful face. We will
She loves this ministry. I have her hooked on here. She loves you ladies, and she's always watching.
Thank you. And we love you. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. God bless. And we are so excited for what God's going to do.
Yes.
In Jesus' name.
Okay, let's see who else we have on.
Oh, we got sisters on here. All the way.
Hello. Hi, ladies.
Houston.
We're actually from Edinburgh, Texas, from the Rio Grande Valley.
Woo, Rio. They're the
956.
956.
This is my time.
Can you
representing?
Can you represent that?
That's
shirt?
right.
Okay.
Swag. All right.
Yes. And Sam, we see Sam in the house. Okay.
Yes. So we're so excited to have both of you here. From one PK to the other, welcome into the house. Now, ladies, can you share a little bit of your gratitude towards the Lord? What has God done in your life?
Well, this past 2020, we actually lost our father. It was a difficult time for all of us, for our church, because he was our senior pastor. But God has been so good. I was sharing with my sister how the Bible says in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, it says, give thanks in all circumstances, right? And I'm telling her, but it's amazing that in verse 17, it says, don't stop praying, never cease to stop praying, right? And I'm like, why does it tell us that? Well, because sometimes there's going to be circumstances that are going to be hard to give thanks through. But prayer was one of the things that got us through us through this, right? Prayer and worship, because
we're a family that worships.
Talk about worship.
We're a family that worships. We're a family that that's how, you know, we should find our strength together and individually. There's one song by Maverick City Music called Joy of the Lord. It says in the bridge, I believe, no need to worry of this present suffering. There will be glory after this. And that is one of the verses that really got me through, right? Because the joy of the Lord will come back, and God will show up in your dark moment, and there's nothing that you can't be grateful for when God's in the middle of it.
True.
So a year and a half later, we can stand here with so much gratitude because we can look back and say, hey, my dad fulfilled his purpose. He left us a legacy. He left us so much work to do. And now we have to continue that legacy. And our future generations are going to look at that and say, wow, our parents also left a legacy. And we're going to see God's glory in our life and our family. And we're so grateful for that.
Absolutely. And how incredible, you know, in the midst of your pain and in the midst of your sorrow, you still found it in your heart to be grateful and to worship and to pray, you know, to the Lord. And that just speaks volumes to me. You know, I'm going to get a little emotional. You know, my father, we had a near-death experience with him last year. And I can just tell you that prayer and worship got us through some of the darkest moments in our lives. But can I tell you that I can stand here today and say, had God, if it would have been God's will for my dad to be gone, I can tell you that I'm with you, my sisters, that I would continue to speak about God's goodness, because God is good no matter what we go through. So ladies, thank you for being with us today. We love
you,
y'all.
sisters.
Love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Are we down for one more?
We're at the hour mark, and we're so thankful that you're sticking with us. We got a couple more giveaways, and we have a nightcap for you. But just hearing your stories is just fueling my heart, my spirit. I'm so grateful. I love the way that gratitude is like a contagious thing. It's contagious. So
yes, absolutely. We have something fun coming up to the screen. Team! Look at y'all.
Okay,
a whole sister. Can you explain all of this?
It's a mess. I know. Let me explain why we look like this. First and foremost, we are so excited. Thank you guys for bringing us on. We're we're the biggest fan club, but we are actually getting ready for our West Texas and Plains district youth convention. So we've been hustling and bustling, and so we were hoping we would have time to get ready, but we're here putting things together. But we're so glad to be a part. We love you guys. Congratulations.
We love you.
Congratulations on this season. Really, it has been an extreme blessing. You guys are phenomenal. The impact, the influence that you guys bring to all of our lives, because we all watch.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we're just extremely excited. So
we see a lot of virtual hosts in that whole room right there. We're so grateful for you, each and every one. So how do we do this, girls? The gratitude. How do they even share?
Man, just do it. Well, is there one in the group that would like to share a testimony of what God has done in your life? Anybody?
Yeah, we were going to say something corporate because we're getting ready for convention, and I think it's something that we can all be in agreement. Would y'all like me to share? Would anyone like to jump in? I don't have to. Okay. But really, it has really just been the Lord putting things together. To be very honest, if we were to display what God is about to do this weekend, you would think that it took thousands of dollars to happen. Because we are getting ready for our students. We are getting packed up with just things for them to do. I'm talking about inflatable games that we're bringing in. We're easily going to be about $3,000. You guys, I have no idea. I mean, I do. But God has just. I have
Our financial consultant here whispered in her ear.
She puts the brakes a lot of the times, but it has really, not really, but it has been the Lord
I mean, that went down to half price just simply because he wanted to accommodate some timing. And that has been the Lord, you guys. We've had businesses make donations to make this happen. And so we are so humbled because we know that beyond God providing and our gratitude coming from the Lord providing on our behalf, it's really, and something that we shared, it's really provision. It comes when we empty ourselves before the Lord first. And I think every person in this room, you guys know very well what it takes. Lex, we've been able to do that together, but every person in this room has emptied themselves before the Lord. And it's when we do that, right? It's when we empty ourselves before the Lord and have nothing left, man. I think it allows us to have a heart of gratitude. And so we are grateful. We're just honored for what the Lord is doing. And that's really our testimony full circle. So guys, thank you for having me.
We love you so much. We love you. And you know we're going to be there.
Yes.
We're going to be there. Okay. And we're so grateful for y'all. We love you.
Love you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. How many more people do we have in the queue tonight?
That's it. That's all we have right now.
All right. Yeah. Listen, it doesn't have to be live. You can drop it in the comment section.
What are you grateful for?
Tell us what you're grateful for. And I think it's important to say that it's not just the big extravagant things. Sometimes it's the simple things that we take for granted that really should be acknowledged with a heart full of gratitude. And even this morning, we were talking about something as simple as the sound of plastic princess heels tapping down the wood hallway is a sound that has just penetrated my heart and filled me with deep gratitude because it's a sound of a reality that I never thought I would experience.
Wow.
And so I want to just encourage you to open your eyes and your ears and allow allow his presence to open your eyes and to see the simplicity of his goodness that is all around you every day. So what are we doing next, Lex?
All right. Well, we have our first video going up. I hope that you enjoy it.
Today we're making pumpkin cookies.
Pumpkin cookies, and this is only 2 ingredients. It's one of our favorite recipes because it's very, very easy.
Ingredients are, so we have spice cake mix and pumpkin. Now that we're done mixing, we're going to spoon it onto a cookie sheet. Now we put them in the oven for 15 minutes.
What do you think?
It tastes delicious. I give it 2 thumbs up.
What does it taste like?
Yummy on my tummy.
That was Ness's family. Give it up for Ness's kids.
Yes, we wanted to share just a simple holiday Thanksgiving recipe with you, 2 ingredients, and just give you a little glimpse of my 3 greatest joys, my 3 reasons for gratitude to God, honestly.
So I asked Ness, man, that video was awesome. Was it how long did it take you? Are your kids that perfect that you can have a whole video? Can you share the behind the scenes a little bit?
The magic of Adobe, Premiere has permitted us to look like the most beautiful, perfect family.
So just so you know,
through the magic of editing.
Yes. So we have a small little. So check this out. One of our one of our virtual hosts, made this gift basket for one of you, and we are so grateful. Thank you. Look how awesome this is. And it has a whole bunch of goodies. She even put lashes in there. Come on, somebody. And we have a whole thing, wallet, and we have 2 amazing shirts in here from her ministry. So tonight, this is going to go over to Ronnie Delgado. Ronnie Delgado, we want to send this to you. All you have to do is DM us right now. that you are a winner. DM us
Yes,
winner
girl.
and
Girl.
send us over your mailing address. And this is yours. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
All right, girls, if you're thinking like me, what am I going to wear this Thanksgiving for dinner? I got you. Here's my first look. If you're going out to a nice fancy dinner, check out this silky romper. Oh, it is all the business. Gets you in all the right places. Bow. Come on, somebody. This is perfect for a night out to a fancy restaurant if you're not doing that meal at home. Or here's style number 2, which is for you girls that, you just want to chill. You're going to be around with family watching the game. It's just a sweater and some ripped jeans. And I always have heels on because that's just your girl. And here's look number 3. If we're honest, this is how most of us are going to look on Thanksgiving. Truth be told, if we're going to be in the kitchen all day, we're going to be in our house slippers, and we're going to be eating that third plate. That's right, I skipped seconds. We need that stretch, okay? Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Don't work too hard.
All right, it's time for another giveaway. And earlier, Pastor Lex was saying that Pastor Joy comes on from time to time.
Yay,
and she has
Joy.
truly been the real VIP,
Yes.
MVP, all
Yes.
of the above. She
Yes.
comes in here a lot of times when I'm slacking on the comments. She chimes in. So we want to give away Ness's gift to you, and that is some cozy socks, a candle, and just a little holiday goodie basket. A night in. Maybe she'll do a Justin Bieber theme. I'm not sure. Or a holiday theme.
I got it. I understood. I understood what she was saying. Yes, I got it.
I didn't get it.
Yeah,
We'll tell you after.
Okay.
We'll tell you after this wonderful segment, girls. It is time for our nightcap, and today we just want to talk about. In these last few minutes, we want to talk about how gratitude moves us. What gratitude moves us toward, right? Ness was kind of sharing a little bit. After you are so grateful, and so many of you have mentioned this, after you're so grateful for all that he has done.
Yeah.
And I love that we need to celebrate the small things. So can right there in the chat, can you just write just something small that God has done today? Look, I'm not even asking you to think about the last year or this week. I'm talking about in the last 3 hours, what has God done? What are you grateful for? Okay. For some of you, it may be that you got home safe from work. Have you ever thought about that?
Yes,
For somebody
that's
else
right.
is that you were able to lift up your feet from a long day. I don't know, but in the comments right now, would you take 10 seconds? And we want to talk about, because after you're grateful, it has to lead somewhere. And that's where our nightcap is. So before we end season 4, we wanted to speak into your purpose for the last few minutes of the show. So, amigas, in what ways can we say gratitude moves us into action?
Yeah, I don't think it's even sometimes a conscious thing. I think that is the organic pattern of the gratitude that's the type of fruit that it produces in our life.
So good.
And so we said this earlier, gratitude begets generosity. It produces all types of fruit in our life. It produces joy that we didn't expect to be there.
Yeah.
And we simply pause and stand in awe and wonder of the goodness of God. And it could just be simply the fact that he sent his son to die. Sometimes I'm standing in church and I'm hearing songs about how you rescued me from the pit of death, how you tore the veil, how you threw, you took the keys to death away from the enemy. And I stand and I weep because I think about, oh my goodness, that could have been me.
Yes.
With no hope. That could have
Yes.
been me with no eternity to look forward to.
Come on.
Nothing to really look forward to, but the hope. And so, but again, he didn't just stop there. He has abundantly poured out over my life. And I just want to share this verse in Colossians 2, verse 6 and 7. It says, and now just as you accepted Christ Jesus, your Lord, you must continue to follow him. Let your roots grow deep down into him and let your lives be built on him. Then your faith will grow strong in the truth that you were taught, and you will overflow with thankfulness.
So good.
And I think we've just seen example after example after example of people overflowing with gratefulness. So this is the way that gratefulness moves in us, and then it pours out of us through generosity, through love, and through community. And the one thing that I heard in every story was community being woven through the stories of the children of God, grafting us together into a family, creating bonds that weren't there, helping us to see others with thankfulness, and to honor each other, and to be there, and to stand in the gap for one another, and to fill the voids. And I think that's the way that God designed it. God designed that when we stand in awe of him, that we then pour out this way.
Yes.
Right? We give out this way.
Right.
And it just, we almost can't help it, right? But I want to share that just in the book of Acts, how the early church is described as in this way. It says they sold their properties and possessions and shared it. So let me go back to verse 43.
Love this.
Chapter 2, verse 43 says, a deep sense of awe
came over them.
Yep. And the apostles performed many miracles and signs and wonders. And all the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had.
Come on, that's
not just
word.
The material things.
Yes.
Sometimes it was just the community, being one another. You need a roof over your head. You need a sweater.
Yeah. What
you
do you need?
Someone to smile at you, to care about you. They shared everything that
So
they had.
good.
It says they sold their property and possessions. They were so thankful to God. Like, I don't need any of this. I don't need anything. What do you need? What do you need that you don't have? It says they sold everything and shared the money with those in need. Suddenly their lives were so filled, they were overflowing, that none of the material things felt important anymore.
Come on.
An abundance mindset took over, and suddenly they saw the need around them and knew that they were the ones that could meet that need.
Yes.
And so they worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with great joy and generosity, all while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all people. Notice that there's no names standing above other names. There's no titles highlighted here. There's no a specific people being highlighted here. What's being highlighted here is the community, is the camaraderie, is the fellowship, is the people getting on one level and seeing each other as the humanity that God put on this earth. And it said, enjoying the goodwill of all people. And each day the Lord added
on
to
to
their
them.
fellowship those who were being saved.
That's so good.
Because at the end of the day, what does his goodness matter if we're not sharing it so that others can receive the gift of eternity and have their souls flipped upside down the way that we've experienced him?
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm so grateful that our virtual hosts have come on and they're talking about everything that God has done in the last hours, today, and if we think about it more and more, he's done so much. He has really done so much. And how can we not end this season by telling him thank you, by telling him we are grateful, by telling him we didn't deserve it, but thank you for being such a good father. And I love what you're saying. And listen, our hearts are exploding because everything that we see on here, some of you are grateful for your church. Some of you are saying you're grateful for peace. Some of you said God did a miracle today. Some of you said God provided today. To God be the glory. Where will we be without a living God? See, because God's don't do what God does. Right. So we are so grateful, Coco. When we tell us, how does our gratitude move into action?
Man, I think for even with just the show, 2 years ago, you came with this idea of, I want to do this talk show. It was talked about, whatever. But 2 years ago, I was also in a season of my life where it was I never want to do ministry again.
Come on.
I'm done. I traveled with Pastor Alexa everywhere she went. And I just was going through just a really, really dark season. Yeah. And even just today, man, I said yes to help you.
That's usually how I get them.
Yes,
that's usually how I get them. Hey, can you just help me for a second?
But in that, I had that aha moment and that gratitude moment this morning as we're sitting in a bedroom, and we shared it quickly earlier today, but just being able to really be open about my process and what I've been through with this community. And I'm like, man, God, like, had I not said yes, I would not have been here with a sisterhood who I can feel so comfortable in sharing, who I know is not going to condemn nor judge my family, but they're going to cry with me. They're going to support me. They're going to uplift me. And I'm like, man, I get a front row seat here, you know, and I'm so grateful for that. And I never want to belittle, like make small of really the magnitude of what God did. I'm like, I'm sitting here in Vail, Colorado, because I said yes even when I didn't want to say yes.
When you say yes to God, you don't know where He's going to take you. Come on, somebody.
And I'm like, I really didn't want to say yes. It was like, I'm gonna.
Most of them didn't want to say yes. Okay.
I'm gonna help
you say yes. I'm just here. I don't even know.
But I feel so blessed and honored, and hearing my cousin earlier come on the screen and just like share her story. And I'm like, man, like, had I not been a part of that, yes. And being able to do an influence in somebody's life. And so I'm grateful for God, because even when the enemy wanted to crush me and tear me down,
he tried.
And he tried, but in that, like, that is when God says, I'm going to make the most beautiful creation in that. And so I'm grateful for the unwanted yes.
And you know, it's so crazy, but you spoke about how does it call you into action, and sometimes it calls us to do crazy things out of our comfort zone. Like be on a talk show, like drive for 12 hours to simply be with your sisters and share these moments with you, because even though you're not here with us, we feel like you are.
Yes,
we read your comments and we know that you are here. So gratefulness will cause us to do crazy things. And you know what? And we're able to do those crazy things because of the gratitude that we have towards the Lord. And He allows us and gives us the ability to be able to do that. You know, and then we're able to share about God's goodness. We're able,
come on, Maui.
You know, with everything that happened with my dad, because that's the most recent. I mean, I'm still giving God the glory for my daughter's healing, and she still hasn't received it physically, but we see it. We see it in the spiritual realm that it's there. But even with everything that we've been through with my father, I know there was a speaking engagement that I had a couple of weeks ago, and I remember sharing it with Lex, saying, I don't know. And she said, and she reminded me, remember that you told God yes. And I remember even through the darkest moments of our life, when we were going through a nearly death experience with my father, telling the Lord, you know what, Lord, no matter what happens with Dad, I'm going to continue walking, serving you, loving you, and sharing your love with other people, and saying yes to whatever you put in my path. And you know what?
Be careful when you make prayers like that.
Absolutely. Because you know what? And Ness, you said something that made me think of the church, the first church. It wasn't hard for them to let go of things. It wasn't hard for them to say, you know what, you need the shirt off my back. I'm going to give it to you. Because you begin to see the needs of other people, and you say, you know what, if God is going to be glorified in the simple act of me taking my shirt and giving it to you, or me cooking a meal and saying, you know what, come sit at my table. Come sit and eat here with me. I mean, those are the things that only God, it's not going to be hard for you to do. It's going to be genuinely given. It's going to be poured out of you because of the gratefulness. And you may say, what do you mean? How are you grateful through the storm? What do you mean you give God the glory when your heart is shattered, when your heart is in a million pieces? But you know what? You think of the goodness of God. You think of the simple act that He gave His only Son for you and I. That you were on His mind. And there's nothing. God will leave the 99 to come to your rescue. And so, you know what? Today we hope that you are grateful. Even if today you may have had the worst day of your life. You may have had a migraine. But can you give God the glory today? Because He is worthy of it.
Yes. I just want to say that I think that we
The moon shifted, my God.
we do a thing, us women, if we're honest, where we give a platform to all of the horrible things in our life, all of the complaints, all the things that are going wrong, all of the negativity, all of the circumstances, all of the political opinions out there in the world. But can we make a promise to God today and to one another that we will give a platform to gratitude, that we will create a platform for Thanksgiving, that we will share and celebrate in one another's gratitude and adopt that posture of just thanks. Just honest thanks to God that I woke up this morning.
Yes.
You know, that I'm still breathing, that I got gray hairs, because that means I'm aging, and not everybody gets to age that way. I just want to stand in awe. I want to give more attention to
give
the good
more
things.
attention. Yes.
And you know what? We talk about a lot of hard subjects here
Yeah,
on the show, and sometimes it can get pretty heavy and pretty intense. But if we just take some time, to just pause again and posture our heart before God.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's so easy, but so hard at the same time to just say, God, thank you.
Yeah.
Just thank you, God. Like our sister said earlier, I didn't earn this. I did nothing to deserve this.
Yeah.
I did nothing to earn this. I am not worthy of this, but yet somehow your mercy stands in that space on my behalf.
Yeah. And if we could be honest, we don't deserve this.
Yeah.
I think that is so powerful, because it's so easy. And we kind of say this a few times on the show. Like, if you only knew, some of you see like this and you're like, oh man, they do this, you know, if you only knew what it cost, not that we paid anything to do this, but the process that it cost to just say yes.
Yeah.
You know, and I think about when you're talking about Thanksgiving and gratitude, Thanksgiving is not a meal, and it's not once a year.
Yeah.
How many times have we sat around the table, and I don't know if your family does it, but you know, we kind of like go around the table and say, what are you thankful for? Why don't you do that every day with your family?
Yeah, that's good.
Before you go to bed, before you put your children to bed, and after you read them their bedtime story.
Yeah.
What are you grateful for today? I think, ladies, listen to me now. I feel it so strong in my spirit. We need to start teaching our kids to be thankful.
Come on, yes.
We need to start teaching them, listen, before you close your eyes, what are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? And the more we get that into their spirit, the more things are going to start to change.
Yeah.
The more the process in our minds is different, because I believe that. I believe that as women, we are so conflicted with everything that has gone on that didn't go right, that we miss the moment of praise. We miss the moment of what God can do. And your gratitude opens doors for blessings.
Yes.
So I don't know. I am just like, I'm in awe. I'm in awe with everything that's happening right now with everyone.
Yes. And ladies, feel free. Some of y'all are already commenting what you're grateful for. Please do that today on here. Let us know what you're grateful for. We'd love to hear it. And
can you do me a favor, and can you like another sister's gratitude?
Yes.
There is something about, again, we got to celebrate each other.
Yeah.
Celebrate each other. Celebrate that woman who has had an answered prayer. Celebrate someone's win. Celebrate someone's victory. It doesn't mean that there's not enough for you.
Yeah.
Right? Return back to that early church mentality, that abundance mentality, where suddenly the salvation that God gave you, you feel that all of your needs have been met.
Yeah.
Because you're just so in shock. I mean, that's literally what their mentality was. Is suddenly they learned about the gift that they got through Jesus, and suddenly it was like, all of my needs are met. What can I do for you? And I just love the ability to celebrate one another in those spaces. So,
All right. We have another giveaway, Cokes.
Okay. So I'm giving away my giveaway. It's a hydro jug. It's one of those.
I need hydration right now.
Gallon type jug things. And I want to give this away to Brenda Ramirez, who was on our show earlier, just as an encouragement to keep doing it, keep losing your weight.
Yes.
Because I know that this is also only the beginning of what God's going to do in your body and your mind and all around. And I can't wait to hear back next Thanksgiving,
yeah,
you testifying of even
Come
greater
on,
things.
yes.
So good.
So Brenda, will you send us your address so we can give this to you?
Come on, Brenda.
Follow us into Porter's. We're gonna go look for a turkey with my family. Let's go, guys. Come on, we gotta stay focused. We gotta look for a turkey. Yeah. We'll look for dessert in a minute. Come on. I just need everybody to stay focused. We need to buy a turkey that feeds 27 people. We need to stay focused on buying a turkey.
Some beef for Thanksgiving. Menudo.
Seriously,
What
you
are you
guys have
talking
to be
about?
focused. We're looking for a turkey for Thanksgiving.
I'm just
Put
saying.
that away. Put it away.
We gotta
Let's
have
go.
options.
Man, forget the turkey. This is what I want right here.
Eric, what are you doing? We need to look for a turkey. Stay focused. We gotta find.
I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't matter how big the turkey is this year. It doesn't matter how big the ham is this year. Just as long as they turn the air conditioner down because it was really hot last year.
I wanted desserts.
Annalise, what are you doing? We're looking for a turkey.
I want desserts.
Yes, desserts are gonna be for later, but let's go look for a turkey before it flies away. Okay, we need to find a turkey for 27 people.
So if we're feeding 27 people times 0.3 pounds, that's a lot of pounds. You need a big turkey.
All right, as long as it's not flying around, we just need to find a good turkey. Butterball is what I've been told is a good one. All right, so let's take it. It's safe to say that we found a turkey for our entire family of 27. It's our Butterball, which is something that we always get. From our family to yours, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, guys.
All right, it's time for it's time for me to give something away because Coco's done, I guess, for the season.
35 minutes ago.
Y'all don't know what I had to put up with, but I want to give out some pajamas for Christmas. Okay, I want you to be comfy, cozy, and think of us. Think of us when you put them on. And this special PJ set goes out to Daisy Can 2. All right. So please DM us your mailing address for those PJs. And with that, ladies, thank you so much for watching tonight. Girls, has it been an amazing time?
Amazing.
It's been great.
Thank you so much to each of you, our virtual hosts, for just spending these last 4 seasons with us and being a part of the comments, being part of this right here, being part of this. This is not a show. We kind of spoke about that yesterday. The show part went out the window a long time ago, and it's a ministry. Thank you for being a part of this, where we minister to one another, where we love one another, and we are definitely there to be your hype girls.
I know that this is not something that I hadn't shared with none of these girls, but I really feel in my heart to share this. Lex has never asked any of us for anything. She's never asked us to contribute. She has she hasn't gotten tired of going out there and asking and just selling, her merch, and just she has given so much to this ministry. And if you want to be a part of what is happening and where this is going, we invite you. Coco, can you put her cash up?
Oh my God.
We invite you to sow into this ministry because we believe in her. Wow. We believe in what God is doing through this, and God has blessed us and we have favor, to be part of this, but we want to bless her today. Wow. Would you join us? Cash up or something and write a little message and let her know what she means to you. And nobody knew I was going to do this, but you know what? I felt
definitely did it. I feel like cringing right now and crawling under the table. God has been very good, and so good. Thank you.
Yeah, so please, if you want to be a blessing, this is the perfect time for you to be a blessing to our sister. So we love you, and we're going to let you finish off the show.
Well, with that, thank you so much to all of you for allowing us into your homes every week. You don't know what that means to us. Yeah. For spending this time. For some of you that write to us and tell us, I can't watch on Monday because we have this and that going on, but on Tuesday morning, you are our way home. You are on so thank you. You don't know, but I don't know. I know that God has just so much more in store. I'm at a loss for words. It is my greatest honor to be accompanied by this amazing group of women. You have no idea. For them to be able to say yes, knowing that they have families, they have other ministries, that they do so much outside of here. I am blessed. And if you're blessed by them, you don't have to cash out them. Just cash out me. But
I'm going to put mine in there as well.
All you have to do is just send them hearts and heels, because we always talking about stepping out to your purpose. Before we get off, we need to give a special thanks.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
We
For
need
the first time in the history of Ladies Night,
History.
we are filming before a live studio audience.
Yes!
Yay! A live studio audience.
Live!
Present with us. Go ahead.
Not only that, but for the first time ever, we had a videographer, we had a personal assistant, we had a photographer, and we had a chauffeur.
A driver.
Because some of you didn't realize on our stories that we were all sitting in the back, like,
we sure were.
To the next place, please. We're ready. Take us to our hotel, darling. You didn't realize that there was
hot.
Yes. Get us in at 9 a.m.
I need my oat milk latte piping hot at 8 a.m.
And then that's all. Where's that from? Do you know that movie?
Not
that's all. No.
The Devil Wears Prada.
Yes, that is my favorite. Top 5. Anyway,
right.
back to this. Listen. We were so blessed. On this trip came 2 amazing women that are also virtual hosts. They are also people that believe in this ministry. They believe in like never before. They believe in this. They believe in you. And they came alongside to assist us in making this happen. Please give up heels for our virtual hosts and our here persons, Crystal and Beatrice. Give it up for them. Crystal, can you come on board? Yes, she looks. I don't know where Beatrice is. She's hiding. Yes, give it up. Give her some heels. She was all over it. Beatrice, come over here. Here she comes. She was in the other room writing and laughing. She's got a. Yes, she's taking over. She was listening. Come over. She did her hair just for the show. Come over here, girl. Just popping. Hey! We are so grateful to them. You don't understand what a blessing it was to be able to do all this and them just on it. I mean, you didn't see Crystal army crawl a tissue box.
It didn't come from up here. It came from down there.
You didn't see. Okay. We are so grateful. Listen. From all of us here at Ladies Night, the cops are coming first. From all of us here at Ladies Night, we wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Have an amazing Thanksgiving. Pray for West Texans and Place and all the youth conventions that are going on this weekend. And have a wonderful and blessed Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas and a favorable, a prosperous 2020. Be grateful because what God has in store for you is more than what you have in mind. 2022.
Oh, yes.
2022. We're not going back. We're going forward. We're not going back. We're going forward. And if you are ready for Ladies Night, we have fireworks going on because we're ready. Listen, if you are ready for Ladies Night Season 5, can you please put out some heels? Your girls will be back in January. Okay? The whole new season starts in January. Girls, do we love them?
Yes, we love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. We love you very much.
Yes. So as we close off every show, on the count of 3. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Step out into your purpose, ladies. God bless.
We love you.